Hello, good evening everyone. Welcome to Narayana Educational Institutions and this is JEE Mains 2026 session 1 going on. Today's date 24th of January and here we are discussing shift 2, that is the evening slot paper of chemistry. So let's start, but remember these are all memory based questions. There may be slight here and there changes when the actual papers will be released by NTA. So let's discuss this first question. First question is of inorganic. Correct order of second ionization enthalpy of 4 different atoms are asked, right? So it is oxygen, carbon, nitrogen and fluorine which are considered in the question. Let us do their electronic configuration: carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So if I write their basic or ground state configuration, this is Ns2Np2. Nitrogen will be Ns2Np3, oxygen is Ns2Np4 and fluorine is Ns2Np5. This is the configuration when they are in ground state. But the question is asking about the second ionization enthalpy. So I have to release one electron from all of these and now rewrite the configuration Ns2Np1, right? Ns2Np2. This will become Ns2Np3 and I have to mark here important because now it is half filled p orbitals, right? Ns2Np4. So after this, now they are asking if I remove one more electron, what will be the order of those energy values? So now from this, it is quite evident that oxygen is going to have the highest ionization enthalpy, highest ionization energy now because of its half-filled configuration, right? And carbon will have the least. Why? Because it is in NP1 configuration. NP1, so it will release much easily. By taking these two into consideration, I think we all can see that 3 could be the answer. Let us talk about others also. So Ns2Np2 and Ns2Np4. So as you know, Ns2Np4 carbon-like will have relatively more effective nuclear force, so it will have higher ionization energy than Ns2Np2 configuration. So order is carbon, nitrogen, fluorine, oxygen, and therefore answer for this question is third. Okay, I'll grade it as a good question and we need to take care of all the possible configurations and then what will be the effect of releasing the electron. Next question we got here for you from our students is from organic. Which of the following molecule is secondary alcohol? Now the word secondary alcohol, how does it how is it defined? Well, secondary alcohol means that the OH is connected to the carbon which is 2 degree in nature. It means it should be further connected to 2 more carbons, right? So if I go by the definition, I think if you know the definition, you can do it correctly. This no one will include because it is not even an alcohol. It is carboxylic acid. No, not possible. Yes, see this particular site, this is 2 degree alcohol, secondary alcohol. Here, hydrogen is there. It is not carbon. So yes, this carbon is connected to 1 and 2 more carbons. So C is our choice. Done. Here, D, both the OH are connected to the carbons which are primary or 1 degree in nature. So, D is not satisfying the question asked secondary alcohol condition. So, we leave D. बढ़िया, E पर चलते. In E, see this carbon. It is connected to 2 further carbon. It is satisfying the condition. So, B, C and E are the answers B, C and E. So for this, amongst our available options, answer is first. Okay, let's move to the next question. How many linear tripeptides? So tripeptides, it should have 3 amino acids and should have 2 peptide linkages. So how many linear tripeptides are possible with valine, glycine and alanine? But the condition is no amino acid should be repeated. You can go by the permutation combination formula. Okay, very well. You can go by simple, by drawing all the possibilities, by writing all the possibilities like V, G, A. So, valine, glycine, alanine. Okay, A, V, G, G, A, V, right? V, A, G, G, V, A, G, V. And after seeing all these combinations, I think the answer is third, that is 6 tripeptides are possible. Right? How many tripeptides are possible with this combination? We 3 amino acids, no repeat is allowed, then 3 such tripeptides are possible. Now, which of the following statement is correct with respect to relative stability of 2 conformers of butane? Now, I have seen what those 2 conformers are, right? But we want you to have the questions earliest possible and it might take some time to type these. So as per my request, we brought it here directly, that I'll draw it for you on the screen. And all those who have done conformers, this is one of the easiest possible question we can expect. Relative stability of 2 conformers. So first conformer along C2C3 bond, which is this first conformer? It is the eclipsed, and that too the worst possible, fully eclipsed. So due to strong repulsion, first is going to be the most unstable of all, right? Second conformer is the anti-conformer, right? Anti-conformer of N-butane along C2C3 is the most stable conformer. The other one is of course gouge, which is not taken into consideration, or the partially eclipsed. We are asked about these two only. Now the question is statement 1, which is 2 is more stable than 1. Yes, if 2 is NT, then it is more stable than 1. This statement is correct. As dihedral angle increases, right, stability decreases. That is untrue. That is false, because as the dihedral angle increases, the repulsion between the bulky groups decreases, stabilizing the particular structure, stabilizing the particular conformer. So second statement is false. First statement is correct. So let us check. First statement is correct and second statement is incorrect. So I think third is our choice. Statement 1 correct and statement 2 is incorrect. Okay, let us move to our next question. Two different aldehydes on crossed aldol condensation always give, always. In chemistry, such words which are very emphatic about always, never, these are to be taken care of. And always give, it was 4 products. It always gave 4 products. Among benzaldehyde and acetophenone, only acetophenone reacts with semicarbazide. Okay, let us deal one statement at a time. Now coming to first statement, 2 different aldehydes on crossed aldol always give 4. Okay, so what about if I have benzaldehyde and acetaldehyde combining? Now check, what will I have? PHCH, double bond CH, CHO, yes. CH3CH, double bond CH, CHO, yes. If I consider geometrical isomerism in these two, I can say I'm getting 4 products. If they are not considering, they will take 2 products. Anyways, okay. What if I take something which is like phenyl acetaldehyde and acetaldehyde? Now, both are having this alpha H, right? So, considering the GI, I will definitely get much larger number of aldol products than 4. I think this all of you have now got the hint that what am I suggesting, right? Even by sheer just this much if I draw, this is the cross product, this is acetaldehyde sulfite attacking on acetaldehyde, one I will draw benzaldehydes, PHCH2 CHO is attacked by this, right, its own alpha H, and one possibility could be acetaldehyde, right, is attacked by phenylethanol alpha H. Now you can see 2 to 4, right, to 6 to 8. We have 8 aldol products. So after all of this discussion, all of you have now got that this first statement is incorrect. It is false. So first has to be incorrect. This can't be the answer. This can't be the answer. Coming to next, among benzaldehyde and acetophenone. Now, benzaldehyde, okay, PHCHO, and acetophenone, it means PHCOCH3. Only acetophenone reacts with semicarbazide. All of you must be remembering what is semicarbazide. This is what they are referring to. It is a reaction of addition or reaction of aldehyde ketones with ammonia and derivatives. So again it is untrue and false statement, because why only this? Both of them can react with semicarbazide. So conclusion, both the statements are false. And if I take both the statement as false, answer for this we'll mark as 4, right? So these are our questions, waiting for more to come, and then we'll share.
Let's move to physics. Let's move.
Hello everyone. So here with the remaining memory based questions. So this shift is a bit on the difficult side. So let's see the questions here. They are saying that what is the minimum velocity required at point B so that the tension becomes zero at point A. So first you have to understand a few things here. If we are at some angle theta here, going with some speed v, then the force acting on the particle right now is mg and tension towards the center. If I want the tension to become zero, then component of mg must behave as centripetal force here. So mg cosine theta, I think we have to make some adjustments. So mg sine theta is equal to mv square by L plus tension here, and tension we are taking as 0 because as the question says that. So we see from here that velocity required at that point A is supposed to be root GL sine theta if theta is taken from the horizontal here as shown. Now conserving energy from the bottom here, from this point here, we can see that at the bottom some velocity, I'll assume it to be some u. If I conserve energy, at the bottom energy is half mu square, and finally the body has some kinetic energy at A which is half m v square, and v came out to be gl sine theta, and I have to square that root, so we already got this half mv square plus the height above the base point B, which is going to be mg r 1 plus sine theta. So initially we have kinetic energy only, and finally we have kinetic energy plus potential energy because we have considered the reference at B for gravitational potential energy. Solving this, we can move on. We get u square is equal to gl sine theta plus 2gl 1 plus sine theta. Don't mind this, this is L only by habit. Okay. Now, so u comes out to be here, if you see it, gl 2 plus 3 sine theta square root. Now solving for that, if you see here, theta from the horizontal is 30 degree, so we have to put theta as 30 degree here, giving us the answer as gl 2 plus 3 sine 30, which is half. So if we solve it, we get 7 over 2 gl as our answer, which is option third here. So this is one of the better questions in as per JEE mains. Going to the next question. We are supposed to find the current through the ammeter, so we can simplify the circuit a bit here. So this 8 and 8 ohm resistors are parallel because the terminals are connected back to back. So this 8 and 8 in parallel will become 4 ohm, and notice that this 4 ohm resistor and this 4 ohm resistor are in series. So this circuit can be slightly modified into this form. So this is what we have: 6 ohm, 10 volt, 8 ohm, and the remaining resultant being 8 ohm here with a capacitor in between. Now in the steady state, capacitor will be fully charged, so there will be no current to the branch having capacitor. So we can observe further that this 8 ohm and the next 8 ohm combined resistance is going to be 4 because they are in parallel. So solving it further, we can see the circuit effectively becomes somewhat like that. With capacitor being visualized here. Notice that these 2 points are the same potential and these 2 points also are the same potential because they are conducting wires. So capacitor anyway is connected to similar potential points. Circuit has effectively not changed here. Now 6 ohm, 8 ohm, 8 ohm. Now looking at this, so overall this is 10 volt. So the current going through this, there is no current in this branch because capacitor is fully charged. So current going through this is going to be 6 and 8 resulted, which is 4. 6 plus 4. So current I here comes out to be 10 volt divided by equivalent resistance, which is 6 plus 4, 10 ohm, giving us 1 ampere here. So current here is I is equal to 1 ampere, and because the two resistors are equal, the current will divide equally here. So current here is going to be 0.5 ampere, and here also is going to be 0.5 ampere, giving the correct answer as option 2 here. So I hope this is okay. Moving on. Again, we are getting a question on meter bridge, which we have gotten in every shift. So here they are saying that if we have 2 and 3 as the resistor here, and then L is the balance length. So we know that Wheatstone, this meter bridge works on the principle of Wheatstone bridge. So resistance of 2 and 3, the ratio is going to be equal to lambda L, where lambda is resistance per unit length, divided by lambda times 100 minus L, again resistance point. So the resistance, so ratio of resistance here and here is supposed to be equal to ratio of resistance here and here, like that. So going further, if you solve this thing, we get 2 by 3 is equal to L 100 minus L. This will give us L is equal to 40 centimeter if we solve that. Now if we L is 40, they are asking for the value of X if new balance length is L plus 10. So notice this part here. So we have X over 3 is equal to new balance length is L plus 10 divided by 100 minus L plus 10. Solving it further gives us X over 3 is equal to L is 40, so numerator becomes 50, and L is 40 again, so the denominator also becomes 50, giving us X is equal to 3 ohm. So option 2 being the correct answer here. Going on. So this is a symmetry based question here. So this is a question. So they're asking for resistance between A and B. This is a symmetry based question. So we have to see it here. So look at this. The circuit is symmetric across input output points, and so because of that, the current here and the current here should be same value, because whatever is happening above should happen below as well. The circuit is symmetric because we are applying potential across A and B. And notice that circuit is symmetric perpendicularly as well. Perpendicularly means in this way. So from the left and right side, circuit is symmetric, giving us the current here and here should be same. So this current and this current should be same. This current and this current should be same. So looking at the symmetry here, we can make some adjustment in the diagram, giving us effectively so till now you'll see most of the diagram is similar only, but because same current is going through these branches, in this branch same current is going, in this branch same current is going. So there is no point of them being connected in at the junction technically. So we can simplify our diagram by splitting them away from the junction, somewhat like that. Now this, each part being of some resistance R. Now as you can see, this diagram a bit simpler to solve. Looking at this, so here these two resistors are in series. So R and R becomes 2R. This R and R becomes 2R. So new effective circuit diagram can be drawn further as, so, and these are also in series. So this base straight part becomes 2R here. So each of these is R, 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 and R. This remaining part becoming 2R here and 2R here. So we can go further. Looking at them, these two are in parallel. So the resistance will be R1, R2 divided by R1 plus R2. So R into 2R divided by R plus 2R. This gives me 2R by 3. So this part became 2R by 3 effectively. This entire part is effectively 2R by 3, and this entire part is also effectively 2R by 3, giving us top entire part in series, bottom entire part in series, and there are three branches which are in parallel now. So now the diagram can be readjusted as the center line being 2R, so this being R plus R plus 2R by 3 because they are in series, giving us 8R by 3, and this also is same, so therefore 8R by 3. Effective resistance is going to be these three in parallel. So in parallel, so 1 over R equivalent is equal to 1 over 8R by 3 plus 1 over 8R by 3 plus 1 over 2R, finally giving us 1 over R equivalent is equal to 3 over 8R plus 3 over 8R, and we can multiply and divide by 4, so it becomes 4 over 8R, finally giving us 10 over 8R, giving us R equivalent is equal to 4R by 5, giving us option 4 as the correct answer. Going further, this is a question based on Young's double slit experiment, and so we can draw a diagram here. These are the two slits. This is the screen, and they are asking for the intensity in front of one of the fringe, and each slit is having intensity I naught. So gap capital D is mentioned to be this one, and small d is the separation between the slits, like that. Now in front of one of the slit means we are talking somewhere here. Now such a point, let's say the distance here is y. At such a point, path difference is given as y is small d over capital D. This is a standard result. Y is small d over capital D. That is a path difference. So what is that coming out to be? Now because the point is directly in front of one of the slits, so y is going to be d by 2. So this becomes d square over 2 capital D. So let's calculate the value here. So small d is given to be 2 mm. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 3, I'll solve in SI units, square divided by twice of capital D, which is 10 meter. this coming out to be 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 6 divided by 10. This is the path difference. Now we have to see what is the path difference in terms of wavelength. So delta x divided by lambda is equal to, so we have this as 2 into 10 raised to the power minus 7, and wavelength is given to be 6000 angstrom, meaning 10 raised to the power minus 10. So this here comes out to be 1 by 3. Finally, we have delta x is equal to lambda by 3. Lambda by 3 here. So notice that delta x, if I want to find the phase, delta phi is equal to, so lambda by 3 is the path difference. So the phase difference is going to be for lambda. For lambda, the phase difference is going to be 2 pi. So for lambda by 3, the phase difference is going to be 2 pi by 3 here. So using this phase difference, we'll find out the intensity. Now, intensity, we have this relation I is equal to 4 I naught cos square delta phi by 2. Again, this is also a standard result. If two slits have equal intensity, I naught and I naught, so on the screen we have 4 I naught cos square delta phi, so maximum intensity being 4 I naught and minimum being 0. Solving this will result in 4 I naught cos square delta phi by 2 becomes pi by 3. Cosine pi by 3 is half, so square of that becomes 1 by 4. So resultant intensity being I naught, giving us the third option as the correct answer. As you can see, all the questions are reasonably lengthy, so this time the paper is a bit better. So that's it for now. Thank you. Okay.
Let's move to physics. Let's move to physics.
Hello students, my name is Amit Tyagi and I will discuss few of the questions of today's second shift paper. So the first question is, the frequency of fifth harmonic of a closed organ pipe is equal to the fundamental frequency of an open organ pipe. Find the ratio of the lengths of the closed organ pipe to the open organ pipe. So for the closed organ pipe fifth harmonic frequency we can write that is F equal to F, this is equal to 5V by 4LC. LC, I'm assuming that is the length of the closed organ pipe, and fundamental frequency F is equal to 5V by 4LC, and the fundamental frequency of the open organ pipe, that is also equal to this one. So fundamental frequency we can write that is V by 2LO. LO, that is the length of the open organ pipe. So here we can see V, that will be cancelled, 1 2 will be cancelled. So you can write length LC upon length LO. This will be equal to 5 by 2. So this is a ratio of the two length. So this is the answer. Next question is, radius of soap bubble is changed from 7 centimeter to 14 centimeter. Then the work done in this process is in microjoule is 15,000 minus x. Find the value of x. Pi 22 by 7 and surface tension is given 0.04 Newton per meter. So here we can see the radius of the soap bubble we are changing from 7 centimeter to 14 centimeter. So we can say we are changing the surface area. The surface area of the soap bubble, what we can write, that is 4 pi r square into 2, because we have two surfaces. So area I can write 2 into 4 pi r square. So here work done in this process, what we can write, that is surface tension into change in surface area. So we can write W is equal to T into A final minus A initial. Now surface tension value that is given 0.04 Newton per meter. So we can write 4 by 100 into A final minus A initial. So that is 2 into 4 pi r square. So we can write 8 pi into r2 square minus r1 square. Now r1 r2 values are given, that is 7 centimeter and 14 centimeter respectively. So we can substitute the value here. So that is 4 by 100 into 8 into 22 by 7 r2 14 centimeter. So this I am writing here 7 into 2 whole square minus r1 7 centimeter 7 square into 10 to the power minus 4 in meter square. We have to write the area here. Now if we solve this one, this will comes out 14784 into 10 to the power minus 6, that is 14784 microjoules. So we can say 15,000 minus x is equal to 14784. So from here we get x equal to 216. So this is the answer of this problem. The next question is related to the rotation motion. For a uniform cylinder of length L and radius R, the moment of inertia is I1. Now for similar situation but length L by 2 and radius R by 2, moment of inertia is I2. Find I1 upon I2. So here if you see, the cylinder is rotating about the given axis. So we can write moment of inertia about this axis, what, that is m, so I'm writing I1, so m1 L square by 12 plus m1 r square by 4. So this is the moment of inertia of the first cylinder. Now we are changing the length and the radius, then what will happen? Mass will also change. So we can write I2, that is m2 by 12. Instead of L, we have L by 2. So L by 2 square plus m2 by 4, and instead of R, we have R by 2 whole square. So these are the two moment of inertia. We can take the ratio of these two. Further, we can relate the masses m1 and m2. m1 is, I can write density into volume, rho into pi r square L, and m2 we can write rho into pi r by 2 radius, so r square by 4 into L by 2. So this we can write here, this will be equal to what? m1 by 8. So we have m2 and m1 ratio also. Now we can divide these two. So we can write I1 by I2. This will be equal to m1, this will be common, upon m2 into L square by 12 plus R square by 4 divided by, now here if you see 1 by 4 will be common, L by 2 whole square, R by 2 whole square. So I can write 1 by 4 into L square by 12 plus R square by 4. So m1 by m2 we can write here, so that is 8, and 1 by 4, so this will comes out what? 8 into 4 is equal to 32. So this is the ratio of the two moment of inertia. So that is the answer of this problem. The next question is, two identical loops are placed coaxially as shown. Radius of both loops is small r. Find magnetic field at point O. Now because of circular loop, magnetic field on the axis of the loop, for that we know the formula. We can write B is equal to mu naught I r square upon 2 into r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. Now here x is what? That is equal to r only. So r square this to the power 3 by 2. So I am considering this field is B1. Now B2, here only the current value will change, mu naught into 4i r square divided by 2 r square plus r square to the power 3 by 2. Now if you see the direction of field, because of 4i current, that is towards P, towards P, and because of current I, the magnetic field at point O direction is towards Q, towards Q. So net magnetic field, what we can write here, the subtraction of these two, they are in opposite direction, and we can see here B2 is more than B1, so I can write B2 minus B1 is the net field, and direction will be what? Towards P, because B2 is more than B1. So here if we subtract these two, you can see here clearly the remaining all the values are same except the current value. So we can subtract the current over here, 4i minus I, that is 3i. So I can write this magnetic field will be what? That is 3 mu naught I into r square upon 2. Now r square plus r square, that is 2r square to the power 3 by 2. So this you can write what? This will be equal to, that is 2 root 2 into r cube. So here r square upon r cube, r square will be cancelled. So you can write magnetic field is 3 mu naught I by 4 root 2 r towards P. So for this, answer is option 1. The next question is related to the photoelectric effect. When monochromatic light of wavelength X is incident on a photoelectric emitter, the stopping potential is 3.2 volt. When light of wavelength 2 lambda is incident on the same emitter, the stopping potential becomes 0.7 volt. Determine the value of lambda in angstrom. Now here, if you see, the first case wavelength is what? Lambda. So if I assume the energy for this wavelength E, then I can write Sc by lambda. And in the second case, the energy is what? That is Hc by 2 lambda. E2, that is Hc by 2 lambda. This I can write E by 2. So in the first case, we can write equation for the stopping potential. That is what? I can write here E V naught 1 is equal to E minus W work function. So this is the first equation. Now second equation corresponding to the second energy E by 2. So I can write E V naught 2 is equal to E by 2 minus W. Now if we subtract these two, W that will be cancelled. So we can write E V naught 1 minus V naught 2 is equal to E minus E by 2 W, it will be cancelled here. Now V naught 1 and V naught 2 values are given. We can put the value here. V naught 1 that is 3.2 volts minus V naught 2 that is 0.7 volts, and this is equal to E by 2. Or we can write E is equal to 3.2 minus 0.7, that is 2.5. So we can write 2 into 2.5 into E. So we can write this energy is equal to what? 5 electron volts. Now with the help of this, we can calculate the energy, lambda we can find here, that is E is equal to 12400 upon lambda in angstrom, and energy we have in electron volt. So here we can write lambda equal to 12400 divided by 5. So for this, if you see, it will comes out what? That is 2480 angstrom. So this is a wavelength of the incident light.
Let's move to physics.
Hello students, so we are going to discuss the JEE Mains 2026 24th evening session questions. So the first question that we have with us is a NLM based question. Here we are given a rope which is hanging from two support. The angle of the rope's tangent, which is making with horizontal, is also provided to us. It is equal to 30 degree. What the question is asking, they are asking us to find the tension in the rope at the midpoint. So you must have solved this kind of questions in your preparation also. So this is a very routine question in mechanics and especially in NLM. So if we want to proceed in this question, the weight of the rope let's say is m, the mass of the rope is m, so weight of the rope should be equal to mg. So, the weight of the rope which is pulling it down has to be balanced by the vertical components of the tension on the two ends. Because the tension is going to make angle of 30 degree with the horizontal, the vertical component of tension should be equal to T sin theta on both sides. So, 2T sin theta, theta is 30 degree, has to be balancing mg. That means T sin theta is half, so T should be equal to mg. Now, as I know the value of tension at the two support, I can resolve this tension in horizontal components as well. If I see the half part of the rope, the tension which is acting in horizontal direction on one section, that should be balanced by the tension at the midpoint, because in horizontal direction there is no other force acting on this rope. So, T cos 30 degree is balancing T naught, where T naught is the tension at the midpoint of the rope. If you put the value of T which is mg and cos 30 value, so T naught we are going to get mg into root 3 by 2. Hence, the correct option is option number 2. Let us go to next question. The next question is based on modern physics. Here they are giving us a hydrogen like atom Li2 positive, in which electron is transitioning from n equal to n2 to n equal to n1. Some relationship between n2 and n1 are given in form of equation that n1 plus n2 is 4 and n2 minus n1 is 2. We need to determine the wavelength emitted in the emission. Wavelength emitted in this process, please ignore this dimension written, wavelength emitted in this process in nanometer. To get the wavelength, I will first find out the energy of this transition, and then we can use this energy to find out wavelength of the photon. So, first in order to find the value of n1 and n2, we are going to use the given equation n1 plus n2 is 4 and n2 minus n1 is 2. If we sum these equations, we are going to get 2 n2 is equal to 6, that means n2 is equal to 3. This will also tell us n1 is 1. So, the transition is happening from third energy level to first energy level. Now, the energy gap between these energy levels should be given by 13.6 electron volt into Z square. Li2 positive will have a Z of 3 into 1 upon 1 square minus 1 upon 3 square. If we calculate this energy, we can get the energy of this transition. The photon wavelength we will get by the relationship, it is 12,420 divided by energy, and this will give you a wavelength in angstrom. If you put the value of energy difference here, the wavelength that we are able to get is 11.4 nanometer. I am removing the calculation part for reducing the length of this video. Thank you. Let us go to next question. The next question is based on electrostatics. Here we have a rod which is uniformly charged, and there is a point charge also placed along the length of the rod at some distance from one of the end of the rod. The point charge is 1 microcoulomb charge, and the rod has a charge of 2 microcoulomb distributed uniformly on 10 centimeter length of the rod. What they are asking us to find the force on the charge small q due to the rod. This is again a routine question from electrostatics. The rod's force on the charge can be first calculated by integration method. I will take a small charge element somewhere on the rod. Let us say lambda is the uniform surface linear charge density on the rod. Lambda dx is going to be charge on a dx length of the rod, where x is distance from one of the end of the rod. Let us say the point charge is placed at distance a from this end of the rod. So, the force of repulsion between these two should be given by k product of charge, which is q into lambda into dx, divided by distance between them, which is x plus a whole square. This is going to be small force due to a small element of the rod. In order to get the total force, I will add up all these forces, because all the forces are in one direction, they all are repulsion. So, we can just directly integrate this expression. So, the integration will be k q lambda divided by k q lambda will be common, integration will have dx upon x plus a whole square inside it. The value of x is changing from initial value to final value x1 and x2. If we put the values here and if we integrate the k q lambda, this expression is going to be 1 upon x1 plus a minus 1 upon x2 plus a. x1 is going to be the smallest value of x is going to be 0, and the bigger value of x is going to be 10 centimeter, a is going to be 2 centimeter. If I substitute all this value in this expression and put the value of k, which is 9 into 10 power 9, I am getting an answer of 7.5 Newton. Let us go to the next question. This question was little bit calculative. The next question is graph based question, which is not involving any big calculation, and any student who knows the basics of kinematics will be able to do it. The velocity of particle varies with position as shown in the below graph. Find the correct variation of acceleration versus position. If we see, there is a velocity versus position graph given to us. Velocity versus position we have to convert into acceleration versus position. For this, we will use the expression that acceleration can be written in form of velocity as dv by dt, but this can also be replaced as v into dv by dx. Now, dv by dx means slope of velocity versus position graph. So, velocity versus position graph which is available to us has a constant and negative slope. Because the slope is constant and negative, so v multiplied with a constant and negative number will be just velocity similar to velocity position graph, but because of negative sign in the slope, it will convert to negative acceleration. So, if I look at the acceleration versus position graph, the acceleration which is negative is only available in option 3. And this acceleration, when velocity is high, acceleration is also negative in high, negative magnitude value is negative and the magnitude is high, and when velocity becomes 0, acceleration is also becoming 0. So, the best possible answer of this question is option 3. Thank you.
Let's see some other questions from mathematics.
Good evening, student. Now the 24th January, the second shift session question is the maximum value of n for which 40 to the power n divides factorial 60. So 40 to the power n, if you write there 40 prime factorization is 2 cube into 5 n whole to the power n means 2 to the power 3n into 5 to the power n will come. In the factorial 60, right, write the exponent of 2. In the factorial 60, we wanted to find in factorial 60 is the exponent of 2 is alpha, exponent of 3 is beta, and exponent of 5 is gamma, and so on. So what will be the value of alpha here? 60 by 2. Now is the 60 by 2 square, 60 by 2 cube, and 60 by 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 4, right, is 32 will come, and now is greater than 2 to the power 5, right, greater than is 60 will come. So alpha is here is 30, 4 is 15 will come, and here is 8, 8. So 8 and here is the 60, 7 is will come, and here is 16, 16, right, 32, 48, 16 into 5 is 80, right. So 16 into 4 is 48 here, right, then 60 will come. Okay, 1 minute. 64 is coming, right. 16 into 4 is 64, then is 3 will come, and here is 32, only 1 will come. So total exponent of 2 is 10, and this 10 40 is 15, this 10 is 40, 50, 55, 56 came. Now write the exponent of 5, means the value of gamma is 16 by 5 plus 16 by 5 square, 16 by 5 cube, that which is larger than, right. So gamma value is 12 plus here is 25, right. So 25 1 is 13 will come, right. So the in the factorial 60 here will contain 2 to the power 56 into 3 to the power, we will divide, right. So factorial 2 to the power 56 into 3 to the 3 is right now, because divided by here is 2 to the power 3 n into 5 to the power n is there, 3 to the power beta, and here is 5 to the power is 13, right. So what will be the answer here? Their minimum value is, because 3n, 1 minute, just once check again, once the gamma is 60 by 5, 5 will come, 60 by 5 square, 5 square is 25, here 2 will come, sorry, here 14 will come. So this is the 14 will come, right, and 14 into 3, is 42, right? So the minimum value, so the maximum value of n will be the is 14 will be the answer. Now we will go for the next question. Look, this is question is very easy. Complex number based on the magnitude of the complex number. If you will take the modulus of z square, so what kind of pattern will come here? 1 plus 1 square into 1 plus 2 square into 1 plus, here is 3 square, into 1 plus is 5 square. Look at one thing. Here is double zero is there, right? And double zero is there. Where will come double zero? So 3 square 1 0 is will come here. So 1 plus 1 square here 2 is there. 2 square plus 1 is 5. Here is 10. Here it will come 5 square, right? 5 square 25. All are into 26 will come. If you will multiply all these, right? Look it, just we will check it. If not will come, then we will take more factors. So 5 into 2, 10 is there. And one I have missed the writing. 1 plus 4 square is also there, right? Because of your writing. Here 17 will come also there. So 2 into 5, because here the 2 0 are there. 2 into 5, 10. The 100 already came. And 26 into 17, check if the last digit is 2 is coming. 6 into 7 is 4 left. 18 and 2 6, 2 4, and 2 plus 1 is 3, and 3 plus 1 is 4 is there, right? So okay, is done. 4 4 2. So total is 4 4 2 double 0 is coming. So the value of n is equal to 5. Now come for the next questions. This is also the known questions came in JEE Advanced also and the JEE Main also earlier. Is asking image of the parabola. If you take the image of the parabola with respect to any line, then shape and size of the parabola will not change. And one good thing is in this parabola is this is not the standard equation of parabola, but thus the axis has been changed. So this is the parabola. X square is equal to 4y. The vertex is 0 comma 0, and the axis of parabola is the y-axis, and their latest rectum is here. Isn't this directrix is y is equal to -1, and if we are taking the mirror image of the parabola with respect to which line? The line is y is equal to x minus 1. Slope is positive, intercept is negative, so it will pass through this point, right? So this is the mirror. You consider the mirror, right? And this one is the look it here. This is the this is the directrix. So if you will take mirror image of the directrix, so with respect to this yellow line, so this one will come, and here the focus of this parabola is 0 comma 1. So take the 0 comma 1 mirror image with respect to this yellow line. You will find it will come here, right? It will come mirror image. So this is the point is 1 comma 0, because slope of the mirror is +1. So the line joining object and image will be the -1. So it will come here. The point is 2 comma -1 will be the focus. 2 comma -1. So it will come on this point. 2 comma -1, right? So the vertex will come here 1 comma -1. So this kind of parabola will come, right? And this is the directrix of the image of the parabola. So equation is y plus 1 whole square is equal to 4 into x minus 1 will come. So which option is correct? The option second is correct. Thank you.
Let's see some other questions from mathematics.
Okay, welcome back. So in this question, if words are arranged in a dictionary alphabetically, then the rank of the word Udaipur is a very standard question, rank based question. So let us just see what letters are there. So you can see that there are two U's here, and D, A, I, P, R. So let us arrange them alphabetically. So the alphabetical order of these letters is A, D, I, P, R, U. So U is there two times, right? So when you arrange the letters, arrange the words in a dictionary. So first all the letters starting with A will be completed. So how many words are starting with A? So once the word has started with A, the remaining 6 letters can be arranged in 6 factorial by 2 factorial base, because there is a double U. Okay, so U is there 2 times. So the number of words starting with A is 6 factorial by 2 factorial. Next, similarly, how many words will start with D? So before the word Udaipur, as you can see, is starting with U, right? So before the word starting with U, words starting with D, I, P, R, and A, all of them will be completed. So words starting with D, again 6 factorial by 2 factorial. So starting with I, starting with P, starting with R. So each of them will be 6 factorial by 2 factorial. So all this 6 factorial by 2 factorial into 5. So all these words, these many words will be completed before the first word starting with U. So now after all these words are completed, now you start with U. So once you start the word with U, in the alphabetical order, the word starting with UA will come first, right? So once the word started with U and A are used. So the remaining 5 places are to be filled with D, I, P, R, U. It can be done in 5 factorial ways. Next, once UA are completed, you will start the word starting with UD. So our Udaipur also is starting with UD. So among the words starting with UD, initially UDA words will come. Our Udaipur is also starting with UDA, right? So UDA, and in the alphabetical order, I is the first word, UDAI. Our Udaipur is also starting with UDA. Then you have PRU as one word. This is the first word starting with UDI, and the second word is PUR, right? So this is one word, and Udaipur is the next word. So total, if you calculate 6 factorial is 720 by 2, 360 into 5. So you have 1800 words initially, then 5 factorial is 120, and then 2 words. So the total rank, as you can see, is 1922. So the rank of the word Udaipur will be 1922.
Let's see some other questions from mathematics.
Next question in mathematics is from sequence and series. The value of sum S equal to 1 by 3 plus 4 by 7 plus 1 by 3 whole square plus 4 by 7 whole square plus 1 by 3 into 4 by 7 plus 1 by 3 whole cube plus 1 by 3 whole square into 4 by 7 plus 1 by 3 into 4 by 7 whole square plus 4 by 7 whole cube is a very simple one. You observe the given problem carefully. This is in the form of a plus b. This is in the form of a plus b. This is in the form of a plus b. This is in the form of a square plus b square plus ab. This is in the form of a cube plus b cube plus a square b plus ab square. To write this one into the known formula form, we know that a square minus b square is, we know that a square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b. A cube minus b cube is a minus b into a square plus ab plus b square. So you observe this, these two contains a minus b. That's why to convert this to the known formula form, you multiply and divide this series by 1 by a minus b. Here a means 1 by 3, b is 4 by 7. So you multiply and divide by 1 by 3 minus 4 by 7 into 1 by 3 minus 4 by 7 into 1 by 3 plus 4 by 7 plus 1 by 3 minus 4 by 7 into 1 by 3 whole square plus 1 by 4 whole square plus 1 by 3 into 4 by 7 up to so on. Now 1 by 3, 1 by 1 by 3 minus 4 by 7 is nothing but a 21 by 7 minus 12 minus 5. 1 by 3 minus 4 by 7 into 1 by 3 plus 4 by 7. A minus b into a plus b. A square minus b square. 1 by 3 whole square minus 4 by 7 whole square. This will be 1 by 3 whole cube minus 4 by 7 whole cube. Next term will be 1 by 3 whole power 4 minus 4 by 7 whole power 4 up to infinity. So this is the infinite GPs. So if you want the sum of this, 21 by minus 5, 1 by 3 whole square, 1 by 3. First write the positive terms in one bracket. 1 by 3 whole square, 1 by 3 whole cube up to infinity. Write the negative terms in one bracket. Take the common minus 4 by 7 whole square, 4 by 7 whole cube up to infinity. Minus 21 by 5. This is an infinite GP series. The sum of infinite GP is a by 1 minus r. A means first term. 1 by 3 whole square, 1 by 9 by 1 minus 1 by 3. R is 1 by 3. This is 4 by 7 whole square, 16 by 49 by 1 minus 4 by 7. Simplify this. Minus 21 by 5. 1 by 9 by 2 by 3. 16 by 49 by 3 by 7. So simplify this, we will get 5 by 2. So for this question, answer is 5 by 2. Answer is 5 by 2. Now next question in mathematics is, let the equation x power 4 minus ax square plus 9 equal to 0 have 4 real and distinct roots, then the least integral value of a. This is from expressions and equations. Here x power 4 minus ax square plus 9 equal to 0. You observe this equation. Clearly, this is a fourth degree equation. Yes, we required the a value. To calculate the a value, what condition is given here? The equation have a 4 real and distinct roots are given. To calculate the least integer value of a, so this is a fourth degree equation, yes, na? Or we can call this as a second degree equation in terms of x square. That means we can write this as x square whole square minus a into x square plus 9 equal to 0. The equation has a 4 distinct real roots possible only. A value must be positive. Why we have to take a is positive? Suppose if a is positive only, in that case the roots of the equation will be positive. So first case is a greater than 0. Now calculate the roots of this equation. Roots of this equation are x square equal to a plus or minus b square, a square minus 36 by 2. A plus or minus root a square minus 36 by 2. This equation has a 2 real roots possible only when a square minus 36 greater than equal to 0. But don't take a square minus 36 equal to 0. Since if a square equal to 36, in that case x square will be a by 2. So we get the 2 real roots only, not 4. That's why to get the 4 real roots for this one, a square minus 36 must be greater than 0. A should be greater than 6. A greater than 6 means the least value of a will be 7. So for this correct answer is 7. Okay now? Next one, from limits. Limit extends to 0. Tan of tan x minus tan of sin x by tan x minus sin x. This is a simple and moderative question. Limit x tends to 0. Tan of tan x minus tan of sin x by tan x minus sin x. If you substitute the limit x equal to 0, this will become 0 by 0. To simplify this, tan of tan x minus tan of sin x. Clearly, this is in the form of tan A minus tan B. So, this is tan A minus tan B. To write the tan of A minus B formula, to write this under the tan of A minus B formula, you multiply and divide by 1 plus tan of tan x into tan of sin x. Tan of sin x plus 1 by tan x minus sin x. Limit x tends to 0. Tan of tan x minus tan of sin x by 1 plus tan of tan x into tan of sin x in the form of tan A minus tan B by 1 plus tan A tan B. Therefore, write tan of A minus B formula. A minus B. A means tan x, B is sin x by tan x minus sin x into 1 plus tan of tan x into tan of sin x. Tan of tan x minus sin x by tan x minus sin x, which is in the form of tan theta by theta. Therefore, this value is 1. And if x is 0, this will be 0. 1 into 1 is 1. So, limit value is 1 only. First one is correct one. Now, next one is from ellipse. If 4x square plus y square less than 52, xy belongs to Z, then the number of ordered pairs xy. This is, I think this is a repeated question on 22nd evening. Again, this question came in today examination. We are saying based on memory only. 4x square plus y square less than 52. To calculate number of ordered pairs satisfying this ellipse equation, 4x square plus y square less than 52 means x square by 13 plus y square by 52 less than 1. Now we are going to calculate how many number of ordered pair integral coordinates lies inside the ellipse. To calculate that, here 4x square plus y square less than 52. Suppose if x is 0, how many integral coordinates are possible for y? If x is 0, y square less than 52. Y square less than 52 means y value lies between minus root 52 and plus root 52. The integer values between minus root 52 to plus root 52. This is 7.1, this is 7.1. Therefore, integer values for y are 15 only. So, if x is 0, you will get the 15 pairs. Suppose if x square is 1, x square 1 means x equal to plus or minus 1. If x value plus 1 or minus 1, how many number of integral coordinates inside the ellipse? To calculate that, substitute x square 1 in the given ellipse, y square less than 48. Y square less than 48 means y lies between minus root 48 to plus root 48. Minus root 48 to plus root 48 means minus 6.9 less than y less than 6.9. Here minus 6.9 plus 6.9 means here 13 values are great for y. Here x equal to plus or minus 1, y 13 means total number of ordered pairs are 26. Since with plus 1 13, with minus 1 also 13 pairs will come. Now take x square equal to 4. X square 4 means x value is plus or minus 2. If x plus or minus 2, how many integral values are possible for y? So 4 into 4 plus y square less than 52. So y square less than 36. Y square less than 36 means y lies between minus 62 plus 6. Y lies between minus 62 plus 6 means the y value may be equal to minus 5, minus 4, minus 3 up to 5. Here 11 values are possible for y. So if x is plus 2, y 11 values. If x is minus 2, 11 values. Total number of values are 22. So if x is plus or minus 2, the number of integral values are 5 or 22. Now take x square is 9. X square value 9 means x value may be equal to plus or minus 3. If x is plus or minus 3, how many values are possible for y? So to calculate that, 4 into 9 plus y square less than 52. So y square less than 16. Y square less than 16 means y value lies between minus 4 and plus 4. So y may be equal to minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Here if x is plus 3, y 7 values, minus 3, 7 values. Total values are 14 only. Therefore, the total number of integral coordinates lies inside the ellipse are, if x is 0, 15. If x is 0, 15. If x is plus or minus 1, 26. If x is plus or minus 2, 22. If x is plus or minus 3, 14. So 26 plus 14, 40, 55 plus 22, 77. So number of integral coordinates lies inside the ellipse is 77 only. Okay, now this is the repeated question.
Let's see some other questions from mathematics.
Okay, welcome back. So in this question, they are asking the domain of sine inverse of x is 1 by x square minus 2x minus 1. So quite straightforward question. So we know that the numbers which goes inside sine inverse has to lie in between minus 1 to plus 1. 1 by x square minus 2x minus 1 should be in between minus 1 and plus 1. So this implies this x square minus 2x minus 1 should be either greater than or equal to 1 or less than or equal to minus 1 when you reciprocate that. So this implies x square minus 2x minus 2 greater than or equal to 0 or x square minus 2x less than or equal to 0. So this is quite easy. X into x minus 2 less than or equal to 0. Quadratic less than 0 means x lies between the roots. So x belongs to 0 comma 2. So on this side, let us try to check. So x square minus 2x minus 2 greater than or equal to 0. Quadratic greater than or equal to 0 implies x lies outside the roots. So let us find the roots. X is equal to 2 plus or minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. So 2 plus or minus b square is 4 plus 4ac is 8 by 2. So this is going to be 1 plus or minus root 3. So x has to lie outside these values, right? So let us plot this complete solution on the real number line. So 0 is here, 2 is here, 1 plus root 3 is greater than 2. So it's on the right side of 2. 1 minus root 3 is clearly negative. It lies to the left of 0. So one part of the domain is 0 to 2 and the other part of the domain is either outside 1 to 3 or on the left side of 1 minus root 3. So what is the complete domain? domain is equal to minus infinity to 1 minus root 3 union 0 comma 2 union 1 plus root 3 comma infinity. So it's exactly of the form that is given in the question. So this value is alpha, beta, gamma and delta. So they're asking you alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta. So obviously it is equal to 4, right? So alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta is equal to 4. So let's go to the next question. So statement based question, consider the statements regarding the function f of x is equal to ln x, right? F of x is equal to mod of ln x minus of mod of x minus 1. So the statements are f is differentiable for all x greater than 0, increasing in 1 to infinity, and f of x is decreasing in 0 to 1. So clearly the domain of this function is open 0 to infinity, right? Because mod of x minus 1 is always defined, but log x is defined only in 0 to infinity. So let us try to remove the mod first. So if you take between 0 to 1 and 1 to infinity, so between 0 to 1 log x is positive, log x is negative, and after 1 log x is positive. Similarly, x minus 1 after x equal to 1, x minus 1 is positive, before it is negative. So what is f of x in 0 to 1? It is minus ln x, right? Because if the term inside mod is negative, so you get a minus extra when you remove the mod. So minus of 1 minus x. So minus 1 plus x. So this is a function in between 0 and 1. And after 1, log x is also positive, x minus 1 is also positive. So the function is log x minus x plus 1. Okay, so let us the functions are quite easy to analyze. Let us try to analyze. So f dash of x is equal to minus 1 by x plus 1 if x is less than 0. So this is equal to 1 by x minus 1 if x is greater than 0. Okay, so at x equal to 0, if you see, so greater than 1, sorry, right? X is less than 1 and x is greater than 1, correct? So let us go forward. So this is equal to x minus 1 by x if x is less than 1. This is equal to 1 minus x by x if x is greater than 1. So clearly if x is less than 1, x minus 1 is negative, x is positive. So x less than 1 in the sense x is in between 0 to 1, right? So this is always negative. Can you say this? So between 0 to 1, x minus 1 by x is always negative. F dash is always negative. That means 0 to 1, f of x is decreasing. So statement 3 is correct, right? Statement 3 is correct. Next, if x is greater than 1, you can see that 1 minus x by x is also negative, right? So even bit after 1, that means 1 to infinity also the function is decreasing, right? So the statement 2 says that f of x is increasing in 1 to infinity, which is wrong. So statement 2 is wrong. Now f of x is differentiable for all x greater than 0. So between 0 to 1, the function is nicely differentiable. After 1 also the function is nicely differentiable. The value of the function is, the differential is negative. So at x equal to 1, let us check what is the left differentiation, what is the right differentiation. So you can see that the left differentiation at x is equal to 1, if you substitute x equal to 1 in the differentiation, so you get 0 as the answer. So on the right side, if you put x is equal to 1, the right differentiation is also equal to 0. That means the left differential is same as the right differential. So the function is differentiable for all x greater than 0. So statement 1 is also correct. So which options shall be marked? Statement 1 and statement 3 is true. So first option is the correct answer.
Now moving to chemistry.
Here the question that is related to hydrogen spectrum of Bohr's model. Here electron is making a transition from N2 to N1 in lithium plus 2 ion. So that is saying that N2 plus N1 given as 4 and N2 minus N1 given as 2. So when you solve these two equations, an addition will be getting 2 N2 is equal to 6 and N2 will be 3. When N2 is 3, obviously you will be getting N1 as 1. We know Rydberg's equation, that is 1 by lambda is equal to R z square into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square form. So 1 by lambda, R value approximately I am taking 1.1 into 10 to the power of 7 in meter inverse. Z for lithium is 3 square, 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 3 square. So 1.1 into 10 to the power of 7 into 9 into 9 minus 1, 8 by 9. So 9 get cancelled. This is 1 by lambda value. So we need lambda. So lambda is equal to 1 upon 1.1 into 10 to the power of 7 into 8. So which comes out to be approximately 11.4 into 10 to the power of minus 9 meters. That means 11.4 nanometers. So our answer will be option 2. Now let us move on to the next question. Order of wavelength of observed radiation for the given complexes is asking. So it is something related to crystal field theory. Based on splitting energy we can answer this. In presence of ligand, degeneracy of d orbitals will be lost and they split into two levels. This energy gap between them, that depends on wavelength of the light. So that energy is equal to, we know, hc by lambda. So energy order if you see, in that ligand field strength we have cyanide ligand, amine ligand, water as well as fluoride. So order of field strength, cyanide ligand causes much splitting over ammonia, ammonia causes greater splitting than water, then F minus. So energy order if I write, means frequency of light which they absorb. So CN complex, that is D. Then amine complex, A is having 6 amine ligands and B is having 5 amine ligands. That means next will be A, then comes B, finally C. This is energy order, but energy is inversely proportional to lambda and is asking lambda order. Therefore just it will be reversed. D is less than A, is less than B, less than C. That means D, A, B, C, option 3 will be correct answer for this question. Okay, it's a simple question. We no need of finding any delta naught values, all those things. Just we have to arrange the ligands in the order of frequency or wavelength. See, in spectrochemical series we will come to know that Cn minus is more than ammonia, then water, then F minus. That is the order of energy what they absorb. So lambda will be inversely proportional to that. Therefore that order will be D, A, B, C. So option 3 will be correct. Next, another question, this is related to thermochemistry. He gave enthalpy of atomization of methane, that is x kilojoule per mole, and enthalpy of atomization of ethane, that is y kilojoule per mole. Based on these two, we should find CC bond enthalpy. For example, if I take methane, methane has 4 CH bonds. That means 4 CH bonds require x kilojoule per mole energy. Therefore, bond enthalpy of 1 CH bond will be x by 4. And when I take ethane, ethane consists of 1 CC bond and 6 CH bonds, which is given as y kilojoule per mole. We need epsilon CC. Epsilon CH already we got, that is x by 4. So 6x by 4 is equal to y. Therefore, epsilon Cc will be y minus 6x by 4, which will be y minus 3x by 2. That is option 3 will be the answer for this question. Next, another question is related to molecular orbital theory. It is asking which of the following have same bond order and are paramagnetic. They are related to oxygen and nitrogen. If you remove electron, you will get O2 plus. If you add electron, you will get O2 minus. N2 also same. If you add electron, it will remove electron into plus and add electron into minus. These 4 ions have been given. Oxygen has 16 electrons. Nitrogen has 14 electrons. When you add or subtract, both give odd numbers. That means these are all odd electron species. So, odd electron species are paramagnetic. That means all the 4 ions here are paramagnetic. So, we need not check paramagnetism again. Only thing what we have to check is bond order. N2 has triple bond. So, its bond order will be 3. So, when you remove electron, it becomes N2 plus, that is 2.5. When you add electron, it becomes N2 minus, that is also 2.5. O2 bond order is 2. When you remove electron, it becomes 2.5. When you add electron, it becomes 1.5. So, is asking same bond order. Same bond order if you observe here, N2 minus has 2.5, O2 plus 2.5, and both are paramagnetic. So, accordingly our answer must be first option, that is A. I mean first option O2 plus and N2 minus have same bond order as well as both are paramagnetic. Let us move on to another question. This is of coordination compounds, especially in Werner series we will be solving this kind of questions. It is connected to electrochemistry. A complex Cr H2O taken 6 dot Cl3 given. The hint what he has given to get Werner formula, its show conductance similar to 1:2 electrolyte. That means 1 cation and 2 anions we should get without changing the coordination number. Here chromium is in +3 oxidation state, so generally it will have coordination number 6, but we need to have 2 anions outside out of 3 chloride ions. That means 1 chloride must be part of coordination sphere. So, to adjust that, we should keep 5 aqua ligands inside, that is inside coordination sphere, 1 chloride out, and then it will be hydrated form, monohydrate. This is the formula of the complex. Now, what is asking, when it passes through cation exchanger and then it is treated with excess AgNO3. When it is treated with excess AgNO3, as it has 2 chlorides outside, 1:2 means 2 anions must be outside. So, when it is treated with AgNO3, it reacts with the 2 moles of AgNO3 to give 2 moles of AgCl. Alright. So, as per the molecular formula, it is, if you calculate molecular formula, it comes out to be 266.5 grams. That is precipitating 2 into 143.5 grams of AgCl. 143.5 is molar mass of AgCl. Its molecular weight is 143.5. So, 1 mole of chromium complex precipitating 2 times or 2 moles of AgNO3, but in the given question he gave 9.3 grams only. That would be how much? So, 9.3 into 2 into 143.5 by 266.5 grams. If you do it, you will get the answer. So, that is approximately 10 grams you will be getting.
Let's see some other questions from mathematics.
So welcome back. So let us look at this question. So integration of 7x power 10 plus 9x power 8 by 1 plus x square plus 2x power 9 whole square dx is equal to f of x plus c. F of 1 is 1 by 4, then f of x is equal to what? So from the look of the question, so this question is from the model pumping in, pumping out. So in these kind of questions, what we do is we will take out some x powers from the numerator and denominator so that the differentiation of the denominator comes onto the numerator. So this is a very standard model in indefinite integration, and from the options also we can have some idea of what needs to be pumped in and what needs to be pumped out. So in this, so I will take out x power 9 from the denominator whole square. So I will divide the denominator with x power 9 inside the square. So x power 18 is going to come out. So 7 x power 10 plus 9 x power 8 dx. So this will become integration of 7 by x power 8 plus 9 by x power 10 divided by, so in the denominator you will have 1 by x power 9 plus 1 by x power 7 plus 2 whole square. So if you carefully observe the denominator, so if you take this as t, so what is the differentiation of this? 1 by x power 9 plus 1 by x power 7 plus 2 is equal to t. So if you take this as t, so do the differentiation, minus 9 by x power 10 minus 7 by x power 8 dx will be equal to dt. So this integral is going to become integration of dt. So there will be a dx here by t square. So minus 1 by t plus c. So the integration is, so minus 1 by what is t here? So if you can see 7 by x power 8 plus 9 by x power 10 dx is minus dt. Sorry. So minus 1 by t square integration will be plus 1 by t. So the integration is the value of the integral is 1 by, so t is nothing but, you can see this is nothing but t, right? So in the LCM form, so x power 9 divided by 1 plus x square plus 2x power 9 plus c. So this looks like f of x plus c, but what they have given is f of 1 is equal to 1 by 4. We should also check whether f of 1 is 1 by 4, f of 1 is 1 by 1 plus 1 plus 2. So this is also matching. So f of x is x power 9 by 1 plus x square plus 2x power 9. So clearly third option is the correct answer. So let's go to the next question. So let x is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to 19. That's the initial data points. If new data y is equal to yi is given by axi plus b. So each data point yi is taken as a times xi plus b is such that the mean and variance of yi, the mean mu of yi is equal to 30, variance of yi is equal to 120. So then the sum of values of b is, what are the possible values of b if this has to happen? So this is a very simple question. So if you take xi's are 1, 2, 3, so on up to 19, right? So what is the mean of xi? So these are first 19 numbers. So the sum of the mean of first n numbers starting from 1 to n, you have a direct formula which is n plus 1 by 2, which is 20 by 2 is equal to 10. So initial mean is 10. So what is the initial variance? So there is a shortcut formula for the variance of first 10 natural numbers, which is equal to n square minus 1 by 12. So there are 19 numbers. So 19 square minus 1 by 12. A square minus b square is a plus b into a minus b by 12. So 6 2s are, 6 3s are. So 30 is the initial variance of x's. So now we know that mu of yi is nothing but, because yi is axi plus b, A times mu xi plus b. So this implies 30 is equal to A times 10 plus b. This is the first condition. And we know that variance of yi is equal to variance of axi plus b is a square times variance of xi, which implies 120 is equal to a square times 30. So these are the two conditions which needs to be satisfied. So from this, you can very clearly see that a is equal to plus or minus 2. There are two options for a. Now, if you take a is equal to plus 2, so b is equal to 30 minus 10a. So one option, if you take a is equal to 2, so you get 10, or if you take a is equal to minus 2, you get 50. So b is equal to 10 or 50. So the sum of values of b is equal to 60. So second option is the correct answer.
This is the questions related to the related to the circle and ellipse. It's very easy questions saying h comma k lies on the circle. X square plus y square is equal to 4 is standard equation of circle. So write the relations h square plus k square is equal to 4. And saying the point, another point is 2h plus 1 comma 3k plus 2 lies on the ellipse. So write the locus of this point. So x is equal to 2h plus 1 and is the y is equal to 3x plus 2. So establish the relation between h and k. So x minus 1 by 2 is equal to h will come, and y minus 2 by 3 is equal to k will come. And after squaring, right, you add it 9, right, and h square plus k square, what will come is 4 is given. So this is the transformations, right? So write the relation between major axis, minor axis, and eccentricity, the relations. Then order is 1 minus e square, and here 1 minus e square, what we write here, this is the square of half of the major axis. So here 9 will come and 4 will come here. So 4 by 9 is equal to 1 minus e square. Therefore e square is equal to 1 minus 4 by 9 is equal to 5 by 9. So e square is equal to 5 by 9. So what we need to find out now? 5, right? We need to find 5 by e square is equal to 9. So 9 is the correct answer, right? Now next question is, this is the very popular concept. Do you know this one? Is one result we know. Determinant of adjoint of here P. What will come here is determinant of P, and order of the matrix is 3. 3 minus 1, then 2 will come. And again, if you will take determinant of adjoint of P, so it will come determinant of P to the power 4. And what is given here, the given information is determinant of Q is 2 to the power 10. So try to establish the relation between determinant of P and determinant of Q. And one more informations we have given here. Information is given, this is relation is given. So write this relations here. The Q is a matrix, that or determinant of Q right here. So what will come? Follow this pattern now. So here 1 first row first column element will come, 2 into first row first column element, 2 is square. If you follow the, here is the second row first column element, 2q, third row first column element here p, right, and 2 is square first row second column element, 2q first row second column element, 2 to the power 4, third row second column element, 2q first row third column element, 2 to the power 4, first second row third column element, 2 to the power 5 will come here, third row third column element. So apply the property of determinant here. So here determinant of Q, we are following this, from this we are writing. So 2 will come common, take 2 common from the first row, 2 square common from the second row, and 2q will come common from the third row. So 2 to the power 1 plus 2 plus 3, and remaining what will left? So p11, right, taking 2 common, 2 into p12, so 2 square p13, right, and in the second row element 2 square has taken, so p21, 2 into p22 second row, and 2 square p23, and next third row is taking 2q common, so 3 1, and here is 2 into p 3 2, and here is the 2 is square p 3 3. So again here determinant of q is equal to 2 to the power 6. Again 2 will come common from the second column, and 2 square will come common from the third column, and then remaining determinant of p will left. So our relation is determinant of q is equal to 2 to the power 6 is here is 9, and determinant of p, and very good thing, determinant of q is given 2 to the power 10 is equal to 2 to the power 9 into determinant of p. Now therefore determinant of p is, right, determinant of p is 2 will come, and what we need to find out, this one need to, so 2 to the power 4, then answer is 16 will come. Thank you.
Now, moving to chemistry.
So here is the next question from organic. It is aniline 9.3 grams, right? So 9.3 grams on reaction with acetic anhydride. First, you need to know what is the reaction of aniline with acetic acid anhydride. So it is an acetylation reaction, right? Very famous Schotten-Bauman series of reaction. In that you will find this. And what is the product formed? So product formed is NHCOCH3. This is acetanilide. This is aniline. Now what is being asked is about the yield. Let us first check. Aniline is taken 9.3 gram, and they are saying 11 grams of this X. The product they named this acetanilide as X is formed. So find the percentage yield of the reaction. Okay, let us check what is the molecular weight of these compounds. So molecular weight of aniline is 93 gram and of acetanilide is 135 grams, right? If the yield was 100%, if I would have obtained 100% yield, then from 9.3 gram, from 9.3 grams of aniline, I can expect 13.5 grams of X only when the yield is 100%. Correct. Now, we are not obtaining 13.5 grams. So, if 13.5, right, then my yield was 100%, but I am obtaining only 11 grams. So, what is my yield? My yield will be 100 upon 13.5 into 11. When you will solve it, it is coming 81.48 exactly. So, the answer is third, 81.48. I hope this is clear. A little twist as compared to previous questions where they give yield and ask the amount obtained. This time they have given the amount and have asked the yield. This next question, how would you distinguish between product formed P and Q of the following? P and Q. Here they are forming P and Q. Now the point is, what are these hydrolysis products? Then only we will be able to know what test I can use to differentiate them, right? So hydrolysis of such ethers, when is done, I can obtain, though this is not so appropriate in terms of mechanism, right? When you will have advanced preparation or somewhere, you will find exact mechanism on our channels. Go through them if you want to know in detail. So what are my P and Q? One is propanol and other is ethanol. Now let us check the options. So Fehling solution, both are aldehydes, none is aromatic aldehyde. So both will give positive test with Fehling solution. I cannot use this as a test. 2,4-DNP, dinitrophenyl hydrazine test, Brady's reagent, both aldehydes will give this test. Again, can't be used. Tolerance, both are aldehydes, both aldehydes will give tolerance test, silver mirror test positive, can't be used. Iodoform, yes. Now the point is, which will give iodoform? This will give iodoform test positive, right? But this will not give positive iodoform test, and thus iodoform test could be used to differentiate P and Q, and answer is 4. Next, a group 7 element. Now, what is this 7? This group 7 is, let us first identify that. So, first is our alkali earth metal, right? Lithium, let me change the ink, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. Next is alkaline, right? So, if I just write magnesium, we can write completely, but just to save time, beryllium, magnesium, calcium. Okay. Now, let us write third group, strontium. Oh, sorry, certainly not strontium, which is our first scandium, titanium, where is S? Titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron. Let us check the group number, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8. So, we are being asked about this manganese group, okay? A group 7 element which has a +7 oxidation state forms a salt with potassium. What is the color of this salt? Well, there are two different opinions about this question. Some people are saying, some students, that they have asked of +7, some are saying that they have asked +6. Okay, I will tell you answer for both, right? So, whatever they have asked, whatever appeared in your paper, you can use. If they are asking +7 oxidation state for this 7th, then they are targeting KMnO4, because we have to identify the compound as potassium cation compound. So, KMnO4, if it is KMnO4, then we will take the answer 4, which is purple. As given in this particular slide, our most of the student mentioned it was +7. If it is +7, put purple. Okay. But if the question was of +6 oxidation state, as some students were debating, it could be +6. Then it is K2MnO4 they are asking, and if so, then the color of that K2MnO4 is dark green, green color. In that particular case, the answer would have been first. So, based on what actually appeared in your paper, in our chat group, kindly comment and tell what is the right answer. Was it +6 which was asked in the question, or was it +7? If +7, answer is 4. If +6, answer is green. Okay. Moving to the next question. In general, test of barium 2 plus, calcium 2 plus give the respective precipitate. Now, in general test, okay. Now, the point is, what is the general test? This word is not so clear, but if I just take it that the barium and calcium give which precipitate as a confirmatory test in this particular POC, or you can say qualitative analysis, then see, yes, we have a group reagent for this as ammonium carbonate, right? We have ammonium carbonate, and then all will form carbonates. But if that is so, these all options are not suggesting that this is what is being asked. It is about the specific confirmatory precipitates that we use to confirm barium and calcium. So, BSC CSO, what do I mean? If it is barium, then we confirm it by chromate. If it is strontium, then we confirm it by sulfate. If it is calcium, we confirm it by oxalate, right? NCERT lab manual clearly give a proper table in which this fifth group is defined and is discussed. Following that lab manual, I will suggest answer for this should have been, for barium I'll go for chromate, and for calcium I'll go for sulfate. Answer should have been first. Okay, answer for this question should be first, right?
Let's move to physics.
Hello student, my name is Amit Tyagi and I am going to discuss few of the questions of today's paper of second shift. So the first question you can see here is the conversion of galvanometer into an ammeter. A galvanometer of 100 ohm can give full scale deflection for Ig equal to 1 milliampere. So we can say the resistance of the galvanometer G, that is 100 ohms, and the maximum current which can flow through this one Ig max, that is equal to 1 milliampere. So we have to find the value of shunt resistance Rs to get the 5 milliampere range ammeter. So here if you see the diagram, in this we are connecting the shunt resistance in parallel with the galvanometer. So how much current is flowing here? That is 5 milliampere. Full scale deflection current here 1 milliampere. So we can say the current which is flowing through the shunt resistance Rs, that is how much? 4 milliampere. So here we can say that these two are in parallel. The resistance Rs and galvanometer resistance, they are in parallel. So across them the potential difference value will be same. So we can equate the potential difference across the two. We can write 1 into G is equal to 4 into Rs. Both the side it is in milliampere, so unit is same, that will be cancelled out. So we can write Rs is equal to G, which is given here 100 by 4, so that is equal to 25 ohms. So this is the required resistance over here. So the answer we can say that is option 1. Next question you can see here. We have to find the angular velocity of the rod when it becomes horizontal. We are giving a slight push over here to the rod. Now you can see here the rod is hinged at a distance L by 3 from one end. If you consider here, this is a thin rod. Now it is hinged here. This distance is given L by 3, and let us say here we have center of mass, so this distance is what? L by 2. So distance of center of mass and the hinge point, if you see here, that is what? L by 2 minus L by 3. L by 2 minus L by 3 is equal to L by 6. Now from here we are giving a very slight push. So because of that, what will happen? The rod will start rotating. So we have to find the angular velocity when the rod becomes horizontal. Let us say this is a final situation. So here the rod becomes horizontal. Now the center of mass at this position, and let us say at this position angular velocity is omega. Now you can see here clearly, initially the center of mass was L by 6 height above the hinge point. Now it moved down L by 6. So we can say loss in potential energy of the rod, that will be equal to gain in rotational kinetic energy of the rod. We can write loss in potential energy of the rod is equal to gain in rotational kinetic energy of the rod. Now, loss in potential energy, if you write, that is equal to how much? mgh. Now here h is how much? L by 6. So that we can write mgh is equal to half I omega square. Now here h is what? L by 6. So we can put the value. We can write mg L by 6 is equal to half I. Now moment of inertia of the rod, it will be what? If you see here, for the rod about the center axis, we know the moment of inertia ICM, that is m L square by 12, and about this axis we can use a parallel axis theorem. So I can write m L square by 12, that is the moment of inertia about the center of mass, plus md square. M d is how much? L by 6 whole square into omega square, or we can write mg L by 6 is equal to half m L square common 1 by 12 plus 1 by 36 into omega square. So if you solve this one, we get omega is equal to under root of 3g by L. So this is the angular velocity of the rod when it will become horizontal. Now this question, if you see here, this is the optics question, geometrical optics question. Given that the distance between an object and its image formed by lens is 30 centimeter. Object and image distance is given to you. With magnification m equal to plus 3, find the focal length of the lens in centimeter. Now here if you see, important point is what? Magnification is plus 3. So m is equal to plus 3 means virtual image. Virtual image. Now another point, if you see here, the magnification is more than 1. It means the given lens is convex lens, or you can say the converging lens basically over here, because in case of diverging lens the magnification will be less than 1. So here magnification is given that more than 1. So we can say it is a converging lens. So here if you think about this, an object is kept over here, so corresponding that the image will form somewhere here like this one. So the distance between the object and image is given what? That is 30 centimeter. So I can write here mod v minus mod u is equal to 30, and magnification I can write v by u. So in this we require the magnitude only, because in this equation, first equation, I need to substitute the magnitude. So I can write magnitude of this, that is equal to 3. So we can write mod v is equal to 3 times mod u. Now I can put the value here. So I'll get 3 times mod u minus mod u is equal to 30. So the magnitude of u value is what? That is 15 centimeter. And similarly, I can write magnitude of v value is how much? That is 45 centimeter. Now we can find the focal length. We can write 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u, and here we'll put the values with sign, and both u and v are what? Negative. This is a object and this is the image. So here I can write 1 by minus 45, value of v, minus of 1 by minus 15. So if you solve this one, you get f equal to 45 by 2. So that is 22.5 centimeter. So that is the focal length of the lens.
Now, moving to chemistry.
So one more memory based question based on electrochemistry we have got 0.18 mHq. Solution has a molar conductivity, that is 1 by 30 times the molar conductivity of 0.02 m HZ solution. As Ka value relation is asking, that means we have to assume both are weak electrolytes. So the given data is lambda V of HQ is saying that 1 by 30 times of lambda M of Hz, and is asking pKa of HQ. So pKa of HQ is minus log KaHQ, and pKa of Hz is again minus log Ka of Hz. So when you are subtracting it, so it becomes log Ka of Hz by Ka of HQ it will become. Let it be this value some x. So x is equal to, we all know K is equal to C alpha square. So log of C1 alpha, let us say Hz is C2, so alpha 2 square by C1 alpha 1 square. Log C2 is given, that is 0.02, and C1 is given, that is 0.18, alpha 2 square by alpha 1 square. So if you know alpha 2 by alpha 1 value, then our will be getting the answer. As alpha is less than 1, so denominator 1 minus alpha, I am approximately taking 1, so that is not included in this formula here. That is understandable. And is also saying that H molar conductivity of HQ is 1 by 30 times of molar conductivity of Hz. So alpha is equal to, as per Kohlraasch law, we know that is lambda V by lambda infinity. So lambda of Hz by lambda of HQ will be lambda V of Hz by lambda infinity of Hz, lambda V of HQ by lambda infinity of HQ. In the question he also mentioned that lambda M at infinite dilution of Q minus is same as that of Z minus. When you use that, then these two terms get cancelled. So we will have lambda V Hz by lambda V by HQ. So lambda HQ is 1 by 30 times, so Hz is 30 times of HQ. That means it is lambda V of HQ 30 times by lambda V of HQ. So this is alpha Hz by alpha HQ. So alpha 2 by alpha 1 we got because these two get cancelled, that is 30. So 30 square we need. Which is 900. So substitute this value back in that previous one, that is x is equal to log of, that is 0.02 by 0.18, and square we got it as 900. After solving entire thing, you will be getting approximately 2. That will be the answer. Okay, next question. This is related to stability of resonating structures, and simple memory based question, or no much calculations or anything needed here. Which of the following statement is correct about resonance and resonating structures? So he's asking stability of resonating structures. The first statement, if you see, resonating structure with more covalent bonds is more stable. That is absolutely right statement, because more the covalent bonds, it releases energy and attains more stability. So stability, the energy of the system will be less if it has more number of covalent bonds. So first statement is absolutely correct. And if you go to the second statement, resonance structures differ in position of electrons and relative position of atoms. In rules of resonance, we have seen resonance definition itself says that without changing the position, we are allowed to change only pi electrons. So he's saying that position of atoms also different in resonating structure, so that is incorrect. Stability of resonance hybrid decreases with increase number of equivalent resonating structures. It is actually reverse. More the equivalent structures, more is the stability of resonance hybrid. So third one is also incorrect. Electronegativity atom bearing positive charge is more stable. That is incorrect, because more the electron negative atom, if it carries more negative charge, then that will be more stable. So fourth one is also incorrect. So as per this question, first answer is correct. Next one, it is related to stoichiometry. Chlorine is treated with KOH, so that we will be getting here Cl minus, ClO minus. When we balance this, we need 2 moles of KOH, and we will be also getting H2O. Find the concentration of product and choose correct option is saying. We have 1 mole of chlorine and 2 molar and 2 liters. So total it becomes 4 moles. This is before reaction. After reaction, limiting reagent is chlorine, so it will be completely consumed. As they are reacting in 1:2 ratio, out of 4, 2 moles will be gone. Here we will be getting 2 moles. Out of 4 moles, 2 moles of chlorine gone, and chlorine and chloride are reacting in 1:1 ratio. Therefore, here we will be getting 1 mole, here we will be getting 1 mole, and K plus will also be 1 mole. So leftover moles are here 2, 1 and 1 mole, and volume of solution is given 2 liters. So therefore, what will happen? Concentration will be number of moles by volume, 2 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2. That means it becomes 0.5. This also becomes 0.5. All right. Next, let us move on to equilibrium question. P2 plus Q2 given as 2pq, and equilibrium moles only given. At equilibrium, 2 moles, 2 moles, and this also 2 moles. So directly we will be getting KEQ, that is 2 square by 2 into 2, which is equal to 1. Now he is saying that 1 mole P and Q are added. Here it is not printed. And asking new moles of P and Q, P2 and Q2. So when you add 1 mole each P2 and Q2, then it becomes 2 plus 1, 3, and 3, this will be 2 only. Now at new equilibrium, 3 minus x, 3 minus x, and we will be getting 2x. So KEQ will be, equilibrium constant will be 2x this becomes 2 plus 2x. So 2 plus 2x whole square by 3 minus x whole square, which will be equal to 1, because equilibrium constant depends only on temperature. So from this, when you solve it, you will be getting x value as 1 by 3, and when x is 1 by 3, so number of moles of P2 will be 3 minus x, that means 3 minus 1 by 3 that is 8 by 3. Q2 also same, 3 minus 6, so 8 by 3. And when you check PQ moles, that is 2 plus 2x. So 2 plus 2 by 3, that is also 8 by 3. So based on this, our answer will be option 2, all are 8 by 3. Okay.